How y'all doing again? I'm making another video. Um, Welcome to my channel again. For those that follow me on YouTube and Odyssey, I'm Tyree Simon. I am a whistleblower. My channel is on Reefy00 REFEE00. And today's topic, right? Well, first let me just show you this. Here you go. I'm on YouTube and Odyssey. Certain things like I don't want to say on YouTube, I say it on Odyssey, which is certain videos, not all videos. But this one, okay. This video, first I like to say today's date is October the 28th, 2022. Here I go. Now, Russia is had a mobilization of 300,000 troops. Colonel McGregor came out and said that they are still, Scott Ritter, some other people came out saying the Russians are still mobilizing. They already hit the 300,000 target already. So by the end of December, the beginning of January, they should be close to 1 million people. Something dawned on me recently. It happened like a couple of hours ago. And I say, I got to make a video about this subject. Now, Russia will start taking it to Ukraine in the next month or so, right? The beginning of December, end of December, beginning of January, right? Something dawned on me. 5 to 6 weeks ago, you had the CEO of PMC, Wagner Group, which is a mercenary group that's out of Russia. They had spoke to some Russian prisoners. One of the prisons in Russia, they spoke to some Russian prisoners, telling them that the CEO told them that, hey, he spoke to the Russian government already, and they gave him an okay while the Russian prisoners can be used in the war if they want to volunteer and go fight for the country, or if they want to go help out in Ukraine by fighting the neo-Nazis, right, in Ukraine. And the charges, as long as it's not nothing serious, can be dropped. And, within a year time, they can be free again. And he also told them that the fighting that they're going to encounter if they do volunteer to fight with Wagner Group in Ukraine will be would be down and dirty. It would be, house to house fighting. It would be, hand to hand combat. It would be serious, and that put me on mind that they're going to be used basically. These volunteer prisoners, in my opinion, is going to be used as basically like shock troops, frontline troops, right? The reason I had gathered this because I remember years ago I used to watch documentaries on the History Channel, TLC, the Learning Channel, right, Discovery Channel. When back in the 40s, when the Russians, the Soviet Union, was fighting against fighting against the Nazis, right, the German Nazis, they let out the prisoners in the Soviet Union and gave them weapons to go fight the neo-Nazis. And they put them the strategic areas that they wanted to conquer, where they knew they was going to lose a lot of troops. They put those prisoners at to take take Leningrad back, to take Moscow, to take all these places back from the Germans. And these prisoners suffered high casualty rates. So, thinking about those documentaries and I watch and listening to that CEO of PMC, Wagner Group, I thought about something. I said, you know what? With all those hundreds of thousand troops that's been mobilized, what if Russia take Kyiv in Ukraine? And they're going to use those Wagner Group, right, the PMC, as the shock troops. Now, granted, I feel to believe they're going to have a mixture of Russian regular forces, Russian paratroopers, Spetsnaz, Chechens, and other Russian Marines that's gonna be inside of that Wagner Group. And I think the Wagner Group, I feel to believe, is gonna be the bulk of the infantry that's gonna be used I feel to believe to take Kyiv. Um, Russia is still mobilizing. It's rumored that they got close to a million troops ready. By the end of December, they're going to have a million troops ready. And I think that 450,000 prisoners, just say 200,000 volunteers to fight to get their freedom, right? Charges drop, they get their freedom, get the pensions after they finish. I think the bulk of those troops going to be used to take Kyiv in other places, maybe Odessa, right? And when that happened, it's going to send, and I think Russia will conquer Kyiv. They're going to lose a lot of troops. Russia already lost about, what, 6,000 already, maybe 6,500 troops, 5,500 to 6,000 troops. When they used those prisoners, the volunteer prisoners, the Russian volunteer prisoners, excuse me, that's when the casualty rates didn't go up. Because we all know, that's history books, that's when ground forces lose a lot of infantry. House to house fighting, going in cities with skyscrapers, buildings. That's when you lose a lot of troops. And I think those Russian troops, Russian prisoners, volunteer prisoner soldiers, is going to be used as shock troops, and a whole bunch of them is going to be fighting in Kyiv, trying to take the city from the neo-Nazis, from the Ukrainian military, regular military, from the neo-Nazis. And the high casualty rates, they're going to suffer a lot. I'm thinking maybe about 10,000 just in that area, 10,000, 20,000, maybe 25, 35,000. But Ukraine going to suffer more than Russia fighting in that area, because they're going to be being bombarded. Now, when that happened, Russia hitting them with the Tu-95, dropping bombs on the head in Kyiv, pushing them, I feel to believe, out of Kiev, because I feel to believe the civilian population going to leave once they see the troops coming, and it's time to leave. And the Chechens and the Spetsnaz and the former Russian prisoners coming to take care of, I feel to believe the civilian population is going to leave, and that's going to leave behind Ukrainian troops, and they're going to put up a fight. They're going to lose the fight, I feel to believe. But Russia, I think, have plans to take Kiev. Once they take Kiev with those volunteer prisoner soldiers, and that's going to send shockwaves to Europe. And Europe, basically, man, it ain't going to be nothing nice for them. They took Kiev. Kiev used to be part of Russia at one time, man. That was like the home of Russia. That was Russian identity. And listen to these Russian analysts, they really want Kiev back. So I think Kiev is going to become part of Russia again, and they're going to use the prisoner shock troops as the ones to take Kiev back. And that's going to send shockwaves to Europe. And the whole world going to see it, and Europe going to freak out. All that money spent giving it to Ukraine to fight against the Russians is going to go down the drain. And Russia's going to use those shock troops as well to go in Odessa, to take Odessa, to cut off Ukrainian access to the sea. And that's going to free up Serbia and Hungary from the EU and NATO, because the Danube River going to be freed now. The Russians going to have access to the Danube River, but they're going to run gas cargo ships to Hungary and Serbia. So that's it. So that's my opinion. I think Russia's going to take Kiev, and that's going to be it. And that's when people going to notice that Ukraine lost the war. And that's going to send shockwaves politically to Germany, Britain, United States, NATO, Canada, all the Western allies in the world. and that's gonna be the it. That's gonna be it for the Western globalist rule of hegemony. Hegemony. U.S. already lost its 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 power in the world already. You know, because what Russia's doing, right, fighting against Ukraine, and the U.S. reacting already. So it's over for Ukraine. Once they take Kiev, that's it. It's over for the Western globalists. Is it? Well, that's my opinion for today. Thank you for for watching this video. You can follow me on YouTube, Reefy00 on YouTube, and Reefy00 on Odyssey. Like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna show you again. Here you go. And also follow me on Twitter, Tarif back at Tarif TARREF backup on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Donate to me, Tarif Simon, on PayPal. All the links will be in the description below. Follow me. Hit the notification button. Like, share, and yeah. Let's save the world. Let's stop nuclear war, because we're headed to nuclear war, man. So yeah, that's another topic right there. The dirty bomb scenario, what it can start. Where Biden can use that as a to create martial law. I might have to make a video on that, right? But anyway, thank you. Oh, also, I almost forgot to mention this. Free Julian Assange. Thank you, and God bless you.